This stuff right here is so far the best ferrocerium I've ever used. This one's interesting because you've got multiple flat surfaces and you've got multiple pointed or corner surfaces to really help you really shave off some of that ferrocerium and really get a really good shower of sparks. I mean, just barely scraping on this thing without any, like, I'm not digging into it. I'm not using a lot of pressure. Like, I'm just tapping it. Like, I'm not bearing down on it. It's a freaking Roman candle. What's up, internet? Current 1776 here. I just wanted to make a real quick video, kind of showcasing, if you will, or talking a little bit more about a product that was in Mission 93, a battle box. It was in the basic box, so everybody of all levels got this. And what I'm talking about is the Uberleben Hexa fire starter. Very interesting. It's 6 inches long. It's got pretty good diameter. I don't know what the diameter is of it, but as you can see here, it is hexagonal. So there's 6 sides on it, and then of course you've got 6 corners or points, if you will. But even outside of the design of it, its shape and all that, it's very, very high quality ferrocerium. There's many fire starters out there that are just like this as far as being ferrocerium rods. And some of them you really got to dig into really hard to get. They're a lesser quality ferrocerium. Uberleben's got a lot of really cool products, and we featured the stainless stoker stove, flat pack stove in the box as well. I already have a video on that as well. I'll put that down in the description if you haven't seen it. But this is quality right here. It will last you a long time. It's large, got a really nice leather strap. It's got a great striker. And I'm just gonna give you a quick demo of it down here. Get you down here on the forest floor. All right, so I grabbed the one that I got the duct tape on so I can show you that. So we've got the fire starter itself, the Uberleben Hexa fire starter, and then the striker attached with the lanyard. This striker here's got a little lip on it. That's what you want to run on your ferrocerium rod. So you can do it this way, right, which works great but could be a problem. Or you have this way where you're pulling with the rod and keeping your striker hand stationary. Some people, they'll actually hold the ferro rod still and they'll strike down with the striker in their hand. One problem with that, sometimes it works, but sometimes you end up striking so hard that you're hitting whatever you're trying to light and you're pushing it out of the way, and it causes a little bit of problem. A better way of doing it is to keep this hand, your striker hand, stationary as possible and pull with your ferrocerium rod. It helps direct the sparks a little bit better and eliminates you potentially hitting whatever it is you're trying to light with your moving hand. And you can prop it up on your foot, kind of help give you a little bit more rigidity, and it helps kind of direct the sparks a bit better down onto the material versus you just trying to go at it and you're shooting sparks all over the place. And you don't have to use a striker. You can use a 90-degree spine of a knife if you please, right? So, I mean, if you were to lose this, you're still good to go as long as you got a knife with you with a 90-degree spine. So this is the BLOODLINE from HOLTZMAN'S Guerrilla Survival. Especially with a knife, it's best to keep the knife stationary. So use a foot or something. Get down on get you a nice solid base. Take the rod and move the rod back against the 90-degree spine. You want a knife that has a really good 90-degree spine. You need that 90-degree edge to help really scrape, right? If it's rounded off, it doesn't produce enough friction and move enough material to get a spark to go. So you can do it like that. My foot's probably blocking being able to see the sparks, but they're there. So you can use a knife, of course. But we're going to use the striker because, well, it works a little easier and it comes with it. I like to do stuff like this, kind of modify my things a little bit. So I added some duct tape here that I can use. Duct tape's very flammable, works very well to kind of help you start a fire if you're in a real windy situation or something like that, or if you don't have any material that's very dry to start the fire and then start adding to it. So duct tape's a good thing to have, not only for that, but in case you need to fix something, right? So what I've got here, I keep in my fire kit. I keep some fat wood, and also through the fat wood I got a hole drilled there with some paracord that has red fire starter in it, some fire cord. And I keep this little dude right here in my fire kit as well. Sorry about the shadows, folks. But this is great. This is a Smith's tender box. It's like a little cheese grater box. So you can run all kinds of different types of wood and stuff. It'll shave it down, collect the shavings in the box, and you can dump the shavings out. So with my fat wood here, of course you can find this wild, you know, out in the woods while you're out there. I like to keep a piece with me. So I take my tinder scraper here, and I simply can just go like this right here for a little bit and shave some fat wood into my little tinder box. And as you can see, there's a little bit of little fat wood shavings getting down inside of that, so it works fairly quick. Or of course you can take your knife. If you've got a 90-degree spine, you can shave off shavings like that with the spine of your knife. Or of course you can use the knife and get you some larger pieces out. But you kind of want those real fine shavings. They'll help catch the spark a little bit quicker. And then of course you've got these right here that'll catch and burn a little bit longer than the shavings will, the fine shavings. And I've got videos out there on how to find fat wood if you're in areas of southern yellow pine especially, or many other types of pine. You can find fat wood out there. So I got some shavings there from the knife. We'll continue with the tinder box here. That ought to be enough to get us going. So I've got my shavings there. Just gonna dump them right here on top. So we got our ferrocerium rod now, striker. Be sure we're getting some good sparks, and we are. I'm gonna hold this striker hand stationary. There we go. So we had plenty of good spark. And as you can see, it's not always first strike. You know, you got to keep going sometimes. But if you got a really good quality ferrocerium, you can really shower a lot of sparks. It's going to magnify the amount that could potentially land on what you're trying to light. And again, by keeping my hand stationary, I had a little bit more control, and I'm not accidentally hitting my fat lighter down here and dispersing it around to where it's harder to light. And then now, of course, you just add small sticks, work your way up to larger sticks, and so forth. Some leaves, you know, whatever, to get it going. So, the duct tape. One thing the duct tape's useful for is if it's really windy out and you're having trouble keeping your shavings put, like the wind's blowing your shavings all over the place, you can tear off some duct tape. Get it where the sticky side's out, make you a circle or loop. Set that down. Take your tinder box if you got one, or use your knife to make some shavings. And duct tape's real flammable too. That's why I keep it on my lighter, so I can light it directly with my lighter, and the duct tape will burn for a pretty good amount of time for me to get additional fuel, you know, sticks, stuff like that, tinder on it. Let's see how many shavings we got. Pretty good amount of shavings. Now you can take your duct tape, get you a bunch of shavings on your duct tape. You ain't got to worry about it blowing away. We'll pour some more on top. See if we can get that going. So another method you can do with really good ferrocerium, since it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to strike it. I mean, you can just go like this, never come completely off of it. Set it on the toe of your boot. Shower your sparks onto your duct tape and your fat wood or your fat lighter, and boom, you got yourself a flame going, so you can start building your fire. So that's why I put duct tape on pretty much all my fire starting equipment, where it makes sense, of course. I'm extremely impressed with this item. As you all know, I'm a really huge advocate for knowing many fire making skills, right? Or fire making skills in general. Knowing many different ways that you can source fire. Fire is a big deal. Fire is a lifesaver, right? Fire is, you know, top of the list when it comes to survival. And I truly think that people need to know that, right? Like, people need to know, okay, if I don't have a lighter, of course carry a lighter. I mean, I carry a lighter. I carry all sorts of stuff, okay? So, and it's mostly because I enjoy training in that. I enjoy testing things like that. I enjoy learning different things. And I by no means know everything, okay? Like, that's the point, you know? Be well-rounded, be well-versed in things. Don't just say, okay, I got it and you're good to go. Like, continue to practice, continue to figure out different ways to do it, continue to check out different products that can help you do certain things. So right now I'm testing out using like this old Magpul. It's like a Magpul pouch, waterproof pouch. And I keep all sorts of fire starter stuff in here. I mean, all the way down to your Zippo matches, you know, of course, your basic lighter. And I did a video on how to kind of soup up your lighter so that you can make it more better. If you hadn't seen that video, y'all check that out. But of course, a lighter does great, but lighters fail. They go out of fuel, they get wet. If you don't know how to properly dry these things out, it could really hinder your ability to start fire. So I have another one of these in here, of course. And this is something that everybody, in my opinion, especially those who aren't well-versed or don't have a massive or a very diverse fire kit, you should at least have this. Doesn't matter if it's wet, if it's hot, cold, if you drop it in a creek, if it's raining, if it's snowing, it does not matter. This will produce sparks no matter what. So that is the Uberleben 6-inch Hexa fire starter. I really dig this thing. It's one of the best, if not the best quality ferrocerium rods I've ever used. I've got a really good ferrocerium rod that I've had probably for 10, 12 years. And I mean, it's gotten worn down, but I still got several years worth of use out of it. And I know I'm gonna get the same out of this. So it's a really great product from Uberleben, the Hexa fire starter, 6-inch. I think they make a smaller one, but the 6-inch is an awesome size to have. So take that, drop it in your fire kit. You're ready to go. Yeehaw. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like and comment down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I post new videos. Get outside, get in the woods, practice some skills, have some fun. I'll see you next time. Yeehaw. Y'all be good.